Eating 3 or 4 hot dogs in one sitting is usually enough to make you feel sick. Okay, now imagine eating 76 hot dogs in under 10 minutes. That is what the #1 ranked competitive eater in the world, Joey Chestnut, did on yet again another Independence Day at the annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, taking home his 14th championship title. While most consider the contest a sideshow, there's actually quite a few people who consider it a real sport. So who is Joey Chestnut, and why is he so darn good at eating hot dogs? And is there any merit to saying he's a real athlete in a real sport? Sit back, relax, and take this in. The Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest has been held in conjunction with American Independence Day, aka July 4th, on Coney Island since 1972. Nathan's promoter Morty Motz had claimed at the time that the contest had first started on July 4th, 1916, when 4 immigrants held a hot dog eating contest to settle an argument about who was more patriotic. Now that, of course, was a lie, and Matz himself confirmed it in 2010, but still, the story created enough buzz in order to hype up the eating contest. By the late 1990s and the early 2000s, the contest began being dominated by the Japanese, mainly Takeru the Tsunami Kobayashi, who won 6 straight championship titles from 2001 to 2006. In 2001, Kobayashi transformed the contest after consuming 50 hot dogs in 10 minutes, smashing the previous record of 25 and a half.
This guy is a wrecking machine, and he's hungry.
What's interesting is that Kobayashi introduced advanced eating techniques, and the phenomenon helped grow the popularity of the annual event. So much so that in 2003, ESPN bought the TV rights for the event and has broadcasted the gluttony every year since. The event has since tweaked some things, including separating the male and female participants to have 2 separate winners, and added other eating and drinking contests, including who can chug a gallon of lemonade the fastest.
Suffering off to the side a little bit and back.
Kobayashi was the undisputed GOAT of the contest until he was dethroned by the newcomer Joey "The Jaws" Chestnut in 2007. Chestnut entered the competitive eating scene for the first time in 2005, dominating a deep-fried asparagus contest while also pursuing a career in engineering. Chestnut's popularity began to rise, setting a new world record for eating 32.5 grilled cheese sandwiches in 10 minutes at the Arizona State Fair. He was also seen on YouTube chugging a gallon of milk in 41 seconds.
Wow! Look at this go down! Killing that milk. He's got this. Oh my God! He's almost. It's done. 21 seconds. Now. 41 seconds.
Just thinking of that makes you. I'm fine. Kobayashi and Chestnut had an intense rivalry. Yes, a rivalry over a hot dog eating contest in which Chestnut won every time they faced off. But Kobayashi was banned from the 2010 contest because of broken down contract negotiations with Major League Eating, the organization that runs the eating contest. Kobayashi still turned up in 2010, jumping on stage to congratulate Chestnut and subsequently getting arrested in the process. He's also made claims in the past that Chestnut has been cheating and that his hot dog numbers could be inflated. Chestnut, on the other hand, has claimed dominance over the game, only having lost the competition once in 2015. He's become a sensation. I mean, just look at the introduction he had in this year's event.
He is written on the world, a belief etched in the shining machinery of our mind, immune to the vagaries of time, forever entwined in the grip that binds our atoms together.
After the lavish introduction, he ate 76 hot dogs, beating his own world record in under 10 minutes to claim his 14th title. His win put him among some of the greatest competitors ever. He now has more championship titles in any single event than Rafael Nadal, Margaret Court, Bill Russell, Tom Brady, or Henry Richard. But obviously that statement rubs some people the wrong way. How can eating hot dogs be uttered in the same breath as winning a Super Bowl or dominating the French Open? Look, I get the skepticism, but indulge me for a second. According to Sports Accord, there are 5 criteria an event must meet to be considered a sport. First, it should include some element of competition, which holds true for Nathan's, being a contest that has rules, including having to eat both the hot dog and the bun, and only being allowed to dunk the items in water for a maximum of 5 seconds.
And don't leave any debris.
It falls.
So now that's a sip of water that looks like a bun. Swallow that meat.
Yeah,
No, you gotta go faster.
That tastes exactly how you imagine a wet bun to taste.
And of course, it's a competition because there's prizes, mainly money. Second, it should not rely on any element of luck. The thing is, Kobayashi turned it into a sport, adopting training techniques, fasting methods, and eating techniques that helped him gain a competitive advantage. Chestnut has said himself that he keeps in excellent shape before and after the competition. Heck, there's even a weigh-in before the event. The third and fourth criteria is that the event shouldn't be of danger to participants or to other living creatures. And while choking is absolutely a hazard at these type of events, it's a rarity, and there's a medical staff waiting on standby. And the final criteria is that it should not rely on equipment provided by one supplier, and well, the only equipment you need is your mouth. Plus, there's actual federations like Major League Eating and the International Federation of Competitive Eating that serve as governing bodies. To me, this gives me enough credence to call this a game at the very least, if not a sport. Anyways, should these food athletes be called something else? Is Nathan's hot dog eating contest a sport? And if so, is Joey Chestnut then one of the greatest athletes of all time? Let us know what you think in the comments.